be in the moment. Once you be in the moment, that's when you make the frequency jump. The frequency jump is when you live in the moment and literally feel what you want to feel in the other one.
And all right, guys, what is going on? How are you doing? Welcome back to another podcast on the Creator Chats podcast. Today, I have a very special guest, Sergio. Fun fact, guys, like, we kind of know each other, but we actually don't. So this is like the first guest that I really don't know. And I'm actually stoked because this is how I really want the podcast to be, interviews based on people I find interesting or inspiring and really just get to know who they are. So with that said, Sergio, tell them who you are, kind of what you do, and we'll run it from there.
What's up, guys? It's an honor, pleasure to be here, bro. So I'm a calisthenic athlete. Also, I have a team. It's called Calisthenics. It's called Bar Vibe Crew. It's right here. You guys can see it.
Hey, I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah. So that's like the whole thing, and we're just trying to inspire people to get on calisthenics and to pass every level they want to be, and just like have the passion that they want to drive. Be the best that they can be.
Yeah, no, essentially, no, it's awesome. So as a little fun fact for you guys, and I'm going to ask Sergio a bunch of questions because I really don't know. And we were setting up and I was like, I'm going to wait till we record. Sergio and I actually met through this house right here. So when we were moving, I don't know if you want to tell them. Yeah, you fill in the story. You tell them kind of how we met, etc.
All right. So, well, we got here, right? So I work on moving part-time also. And we're moving his house.
We just moved,
right?
Yeah.
So we got a call. We're moving his things. Everything's good. And well, I just see like he has a whole bunch of cameras.
The studio.
I see he has like a big poster. Like I have the exact same poster that he has.
Yeah, he's talking about the Buddha one. The 1,000 candles can be lit. If you guys have seen it in my room, yeah. Yeah,
so I'm like, this guy is like, I'm like, I don't know, I'm feeling some type of energy around here. I'm like, you know, like high energy.
Yeah,
you know. So like I told him what he do. He told me he does videos. He does his thing on YouTube. I'm like, cool. I have things on Instagram. Check it out. He checked it out. Well, I have all my like calisthenic videos. I have like all my pictures and stuff like that. Man.
No, it was cool. It was awesome. And then that was kind of it. So Sergio helped us move. I saw this guy. It was him and one other guy. They were moving like, I felt so bad at times, man. Like it was like, I felt so bad. Like these guys are no joke. They were moving like, my mom has a bed. I don't know why. It's a full mechanical bed. Don't ask me why. And like, bro, I felt like so bad. Like this were like a fucking like 6.
It's a big house. No, it's a big house.
So after that, I was just like, one of the last places we were moving in was the office here. And then he was like, hey, man, what do you do? I told him everything. And that's, and then we didn't talk for a couple of weeks. And I was like, bro, why don't you come on the podcast? I checked out his stuff. He does calisthenics.
Yeah.
That's what you say? Kind of like bar star vibes. So like, I'm going to pull up actually a couple of stuff on the screen to like show you guys. I think I might pull it up my phone. That's really cool. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
All right. So
whoa. Oh, it's still connected. Let me just, there we go. I was like, why did I hear that? Yeah, man, tell them a little bit about how you got into calisthenics. I'm going to overlay as you speak. I'm going to, whether on here, I'll like find the Instagram. I'll post some like sick stuff like that. So go ahead, man. Like tell them how you got into it, how come, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Well, I got into it because my grandfather used to do like gymnastics. Dang. Yeah.
That's sick.
So my grandfather like did gymnastics. Well, he passed it on to my father. My dad, he didn't do gymnastics, but he did calisthenics. You see, but it was different at that time. It wasn't like the whole dynamic jumping, flying kind of thing. It was more like strength movements on the bar. It was another style. And then from there, he just gave me the basics. And then from there I grew. So I was living in Miami with my dad, and he took me to this park. It's Muscle Beach. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Muscle Beach in I went to Muscle Beach in LA.
No.
There are a couple.
They have a Muscle Beach in Miami too.
Okay, gotcha. No, yeah. I haven't been to that. That's sick, bro.
Yeah. So over there, my dad took me for the first time, and there's a guy doing like a handstand, bro. It blew my mind, man.
Really?
It completely blew my mind. How can a guy have so much control in his body and just lift up his body into a handstand? I just couldn't.
I'm just gonna pull up a couple clips here if you guys can see, and then if you want to let's come on. Sorry guys, give me one sec. Jeez. Was it like Halloween? The mask?
Yeah, it was a Halloween mask. That's called a planche.
I hope they can see that. I don't know if they can. I don't know if you guys can see this, but sorry, keep going. I'm gonna do a screen recording. Yeah, keep going. So you were saying Muscle Beach, Miami, stuff like that.
Yeah. So the guy was doing crazy stuff with his body, man. Like figures with his body, like while he was holding the bars and lifting himself up he was doing a flag. I don't know if you.
Yeah. I've tried that. I can do it for like half a second.
Yeah. So I was like, everything I saw there was like, whoa, like, are these guys human? And like, why are like all these people doing it at the same time? Because it wasn't just him doing it. It was like, a whole community there. I was like, yo, that's insane.
I'm going to play it one more time because I'm doing a screen recording. So
okay.
This is so you guys can get an idea. I'm going to... And I feel like we looking at this, like, we don't fully understand like how difficult that is to like you actually do it. Like
show them some dynamics.
Yeah. Let me I'll pull up some more. Let me just exit. So you tell me like up, down.
Okay.
You let me know what a good one is. We'll pull up a few. There's no rush. We'll pull up a few.
I think this one that says Toronto.
This one's like pretty sick. Which
the one
I can't see.
left?
You got left.
There you go.
Toronto Sesh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the vlog, eh?
Oh no. Go up.
Okay.
The last video I posted is good.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this up big screen so both can see. Oh, I dig the song.
I'm pretty comp, but when it gets to calisthenics, I go in.
Jeez. Dang. Holy crap. Pretty jacked too, man. Dang. Wow. Dude, that's awesome, bro. So yeah, guys, like this is no joke. This isn't like, oh, you do a few tricks. Like when I saw his page, I was like, this is like, I don't think I've met a guy in this area that does that. Yeah. So again, I guess that was because of like Miami and stuff. I'm just gonna put the laptop back.
There's actually some good athletes here in Canada, man. Some really good athletes. There's Xavier, there's Vincent. There's also Gregory, and all the street workout crews. Those are Station.
I'm listening. I'm just gonna tell her to stop vacuuming, guys. I'm so sorry that you heard that.
Oh, good.
Right when we start, let's take like a 2-second break. Right as we started, we set it for half an hour. She vacuums.
Yo, cheers, bro.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, cheers. Creator Chats podcast, awesome. She's like, what? Yeah, Mom, just stop vacuuming for like a bit, okay? We're just recording. All right, thanks. I'm so sorry you guys heard that vacuum that whole time. But anyways, man, so yeah, you were saying like Miami. So you lived in Miami, and then when did you? So that's when it started, and then you moved here around like what age?
Excuse me.
So you lived in Miami, and then when did you move here to Toronto?
So
the mic.
My bad.
No worries.
No, I'm like.
Yeah. I know.
Right.
No
so I moved. I was living in Miami. I came here like 8-9 months ago. I was living in Miami. Yeah.
Oh wait, you only came here like 8-9 months ago. Okay, how come? Just cause?
Because I met my girl.
And she lives out in Toronto.
And she lived in Montreal. Oh. So I went to Montreal and then we came here to Toronto.
Dang, bro. How long have you guys been together?
Those 8 months.
8-9 months.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's commitment, man. That's awesome. And like things are going good in the relationship, eh?
Yeah.
I've never like talked to someone who like moved all the way for a girl.
Bro,
that's
and
cool.
You know what's the craziest thing, bro? I didn't know her like that, bro, because I met her in Vegas and I'm like, damn.
Dang. You met her in Vegas, you realized she was in Montreal and you were all the way in Miami.
I'm like, I gotta do something, bro.
Dang, bro. That's nuts. Dude, that's commitment, bro. That's awesome. And then so you've been here, I guess you go to like local bar gyms, like explain that stuff, like the gym.
Of course my first love is calisthenics. Like my first love is calisthenics, no doubt. But I had to see like what I can do here, right? Like who did calisthenics here? And there must be people that did calisthenics.
Mm-hmm.
So I just met. I saw some people on Instagram. I got there in Montreal. I saw Gregory, and he was doing some crazy stuff. I'm like, yo, this guy's what's up. All right, let's talk to him. I talked to him, and I just like from there I just spread out. You know, I started like hanging out with everyone. Doing here in Canada, a lot of people started to know me, and now we're in Toronto. Met some more people. Yeah, right now I'm training with the champ right now of Toronto.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's nuts. So is it pretty big in Toronto?
Yeah, I mean it's getting there. Yeah. There's a lot of gyms actually very, very dope. Of like it's calisthenics gyms.
Really?
It's like they don't have weights and stuff, but it's
just bars and stuff like that, eh?
Paradise.
That's awesome. So you said you got started because of your grandfather, and then he passed it down to your dad, and then your dad passed that to you. So like, when did you start then? Like as a kid, or?
I think so, bro. Because my dad will put like he'll start doing he'll doing muscle up, he'll start doing pull ups, and he'll just leave me on the monkey bars. And while I was doing like on the monkey bars, I was watching my dad, and I'll try to do his things, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'll just like go on the monkey bars. I'll do like get on, just I don't know. I just love getting on the bars. It was dope.
Yeah, bro, that's lit. That's awesome. So, what are speak about your? I'm gonna get the laptop again and pull this out. This is the first time I'm using the laptop, so.
Yeah, you made some good coffee, bro.
Oh, good, man. I'm stoked. I want a coffee machine in here. So speak a little bit about the brand. Where is it right here? Founder of Bar Vibe Crew.
Bar Vibe Crew.
Bar Vibe Crew, man. Speak a little bit about this. We're still doing a screen recording. As far as like, was this you and like a bunch of friends? Was this in Miami? Did you start this in Toronto here? Like, how did this work?
Yeah, man. So Bar Vibe is, well, let me just first tell you how like everything started, right?
Yeah.
So Bar Vibe, I started doing calisthenics, right? I started getting good. I started really loving calisthenics. And it was crazy because it was just like a feeling that I've never had before, because I used to do every single kind of sport that you can imagine. Almost every single kind of sport that you can imagine.
We get passionate and keep drifting. No worries. Yeah, tell us about that. Like, I guess growing up.
I trained almost every sport, because in Colombia, I used to live in Colombia, and over there I did so many sports. And I just couldn't find like the sport I can just stay in. Right. Like, you know, it was like my passion. Like me, yeah. I love doing sports because I love to stay active, and I'm naturally like a sports guy, you know? So, and then I just started I started with CrossFit. CrossFit was like, all right, because I started touching the bars. Dope. And then I was also always hitting the gym with my dad too. Yep. And hitting like some bars, stuff, easy stuff, like basic. I was doing basic since I was little. Mm-hmm. And so since that day in the beach, I met calisthenics. That changed my life, and then it started to create a passion in me, like that I didn't feel with the other sports that I was doing. Right. And I don't know. I feel like here I could just advance more. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I just felt like I could advance more. In Toronto, you're saying? No. In calisthenics. Oh, in calisthenics. Yeah. So I just feel like I could advance more, like in like. It keeps me in one area. I can spread like in statics. I can spread like in dynamics. I can spread like in freestyle. I can do a whole bunch of things, and it's things that calisthenics. And for calisthenics, you need muscle. Of course, you need muscle to do all these kind of things. Yeah. But most of all, it's power in the mind. It's like it's controlling the mind, making the mind work for you. So like your body just acts and does the things that your mind commands. Interesting. That's it. Interesting. That's awesome. Yeah, so I fell in love with it, as you can see. And there's a feeling that I felt when I was doing, like, I was swinging and then doing a 360, right? And that feeling, I called it bar vibe. Ooh, that's like, sick. Because it's like if I was, like, meditating. It's like a gym high almost. Yeah. It's like a gym high. Yeah. Like if I was meditating and you're in that zone, that's like what you're feeling, kind of, right? You're just there, like you're just so present. It's the most important thing, and that's it. It's life. That's what I call it. And so that's why in the logo, mm-hmm. The guy's like that, because he's like meditating. He's there in the moment, but he's at the same time with the bar. That's sick. So he's bar vibing. That's sick, man. So was it you who created the brand, or like a couple friends, or like how'd that work? Well, I created everything. But I had an uncle that he was like he does like he created the logo for me.
Nice.
I told him
it's a nice logo.
I told him how I wanted it. I told him the things I wanted it in it, and he just made a masterpiece, and
Sick.
I loved it from there.
Sick. So, but bar vibe is like you created it, like not the logo, but like you created the brand. Yeah, man. Because it looks. Let me just pull it back up. I just got away from the laptop. It's sick. Like these are like a bunch of people that you built a community bigger than yourself. It seems like. So speak a little bit about that, like the community aspect.
Okay, so there's I met a couple friends in Miami, right, that started doing calisthenics with me at the time I was doing it, and we're just a whole bunch of group of friends just doing calisthenics, and I'm like, wow, these guys are just amazing. Why don't we make like a team? Right. And actually, this guy that you're playing right now, he's the first person like that taught me how to like really do a 360 on the bar. Like when the first time that I got there, he was the first person that I saw there at the gym. His name is Donovan. Shout out to Donovan.
Oh, damn.
And he's a big guy, bro. He's huge. Like nothing, man. Just lifting up his weight, man. That's insane.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah. Spanglish.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Sick. So would you say it's is this big? What would you call this? Like, is it calisthenics? Is it bar? Like, what would you?
Calisthenics.
It's calisthenics. Would you say this is like? I'm assuming
bar vibe is the feeling when you're doing calisthenics.
Right. Interesting. And would you say it's? I guess it's pretty big in the heat, like LA, Miami, stuff like that.
Yeah, actually everywhere right now. It's just, calisthenics is growing it's growing.
Very true.
Like crazy.
Like the guy I think of is Chris Harria.
Oh yeah, he's the big guy in Miami. Yeah. I learned a lot from him actually. Also,
would you aspire to do kind of something like that? Like eventually maybe move back out to Miami, have like a big like YouTube thing like that, like maybe like really grow bar. Like what are the future goals then? I guess let's talk about that.
Right. Like right now, I like in a year probably.
Yeah, a year, 5 years, like big goals, small goals.
I'm planning to go back to Miami and just go in it big there again because I just wanted to come here for the experience, come with my girl.
Yeah.
Have my girl ready and take her back with me.
Nice.
And that's it. And just grow the team, get some athletes to be champions. I want all athletes to be champions, bro. I push them every day to get like the first place. I post videos, I motivate them. You know, I just really try to like help them see like there's a better way. There's a way for them, the people like to do calisthenics, not just go there in the gym and just do it. You know,
right.
Like
there's a purpose to
think bigger than outside the box. You know, that's what I want to push them. So yeah, we want to do that. We want a facility for sure.
Dude, one sec. Now she's playing music. I don't know if she gets the message. Okay, what's going on? Come on. Sorry guys, one sec. Still living at the fam's house, so I gotta, you know. Mom, you gotta turn off the music. We're recording a podcast. We need good audio for like half an hour or more. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. She just moved in. Anyways, ignore that. Sorry, man. Keep going. So yeah, facility like your own gym. I would assume that's pretty
definitely.
big.
That's the big goal. I want my own facility.
Would it be called Bar Vibe?
Probably.
Most likely?
Probably.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I'll definitely come out to Miami one day.
Yeah, man.
Teach me, man. We got to start small, though, basics. Like, I lift myself into fitness, but, like, as far as that realm, very different.
Yeah, it's
very
different.
Big,
different change. It's like from weight to your own body weight.
Yeah.
It's a very big difference.
Yeah. Ton of nervous system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Cool. So, what else? What else to talk about? I'm trying to think. We kind of got your backstory of how you got into calisthenics. What you're doing right now, so living in Toronto with the girlfriend, still practicing at a local gym. You have the brand bigger than yourself, which I think is awesome. Like that's essentially what Creator Chat's podcast is. It's something that's bigger than just yourself, you know? And then you have your future goals. So I guess let's speak about like the hustle, because like, man, I know like you're busting your ass, probably doing one of the hardest jobs as far as like moving.
Yeah, man,
like I didn't know how hard it was, so I saw you guys. That was the first time we moved in like 17 years.
Of course.
And it's just you two guys. Like, I guess explain a little bit about that, like the balance of that and calisthenics.
All right, yeah. So the thing is that, well, I was doing like personal training, right? And I just didn't see myself as a personal trainer, you know, because I love doing personal training, but the thing is, I wanted to make just some more money, you know. I wanted more. I know there was more. So with moving, you make some good money as a worker, right? But as the boss, now that's a big different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm also trying to open up over there. I'm trying to open up like a brand of movers.
Wait, say that again. As a boss,
yeah,
being okay,
yeah, being
gotcha.
a boss of a company of movers.
Absolutely.
So that's the big plans. Also to like combine that, make the money, and then transform into the gym, and make the gym, and then from there just keep going with the gym.
Absolutely.
With the fitness side.
Absolutely.
So
the calisthenics side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just it's like a crack I found, like, to make big money and easy. Like, to me, it's not a big problem, you know. Even though you saw like it's heavy, you know,
you're used to it.
I'm pretty like strong. You know?
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like
just shut your mind off, get it done.
Very, very easy.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just lift up. It's like almost going to the gym. Since I don't do weights, that's like my weight, man.
Yeah, that's like a max deadlift.
Yeah, man. So I'm always like lifting up with my arms, lifting up with my shoulders, everything. Yeah, you get it all.
That keeps you in shape. Do you think that helps with calisthenics then?
I think it probably has helped me, man. I feel like I got tougher here, and plus with the cold, it's a whole game changer. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so used to like heat.
You
all day
get that
long.
Backbone strong.
Wait, is this your like first winter here then?
Yeah. It's my first. No, it's my first winter. Period. Yeah.
So how is that? How does it feel?
Oh man, it's
like when you stepped off the plane. Oh, you probably came in summer though.
I came in summer.
Okay, so now like you're wearing a coat for the first time in your life. How is wearing a coat? Like, do you like the cold?
It's an experience, man. You know, it's. I prefer the beach. But it's been beautiful also to be like in these mountains and like just see everything like with white. It's like a cloud of white.
Or that's the first time you've probably seen snow then too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You see like everything, like little diamonds everywhere. It's like because everything sparkles, you know.
Yeah. 100%.
And just grabbing it and throwing it at someone.
Yeah, man. So would you say like the goal to move back to Miami like within like 2020, 2021, the next year, 2 years, 3 years? Like what's kind of
so
flex? Or
right
I guess
now,
just playing by ear.
Yeah, right now I'm just planning to like keep doing my thing, grinding. Of course, I want to keep working with my boy.
Yeah.
If we have some big plans also coming, and just, you know, do our thing here, and then just after that get as much people as I can here, right, since I'm already here, you know?
Right.
When I was in Montreal, I got a big community since I think I'm trying to like, to every place I go, I try to connect with as much people as I can. Smart. with kind of the same mentality, so I can just, you know, we can grow with each other, you know? Exactly. That's the kind of thing. And so I just spread out Montreal, Toronto, Miami, Orlando, and you know, the idea is to keep going. Yeah. Jeez, man. So that has been going with the team too. So the team, we have some people in Miami, we have some people in Montreal. Nice. Now we have some people in Toronto. Nice. It's growing. And they're literally part of like the Bar Vibe crew. Yeah, they're Bar Vibe crew. They have their own each city has their own captain. So, really? Yeah. Bar Vibe crew's pretty big. It's getting there. It's getting there. Dude, that's awesome. Wow. I don't think are there a lot of like groups like that? Like I feel like that's like the first like group I've like seen like that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's like bar, like I've never heard of that. That's cool. Have you ever heard about Bar Stars? Yeah, but that's huge. Like, yeah, that's huge. That's like those were like the OGs, you know. Yeah. But like there's right here in Canada there's some real good teams. The street team that's where like one of the champions of Montreal is there. He's the one that represented Canada not too long ago. Nice. He's in the street team. You have Calistation. Amazing athletes. Those were the people that actually I was training most with. Well, I was training with both, to be honest. The street team and Calistation. And they have a very big team. The guys in Calistation actually build their own bars. They make setups for everyone. Interesting. In the city. Yeah. It's nice. Like parks. Cool. So they're actually making the sport grow.
That's awesome. I feel like it's now really like 2020. It's like so many things, bro.
Yeah.
They're realizing like people do this, and that's actually why you want the podcast to. I've never heard of someone in this area doing that. Yeah. So that's awesome. And like, I feel like you're catching that right beginning end before things begin to, and that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be. You know, you don't want to jump on the band. You got to start early. Exactly. Like even with podcasting, like now video podcasts, it sounds unrelated, but like now they're starting to like video podcasts. A few years ago, you'd be like,
but the most important thing is, like you said, is to start.
It's to start, man. 100%. Yeah. Tell them a little bit about, I know he's about to shut off soon, but we'll keep going. Tell them a little bit about like the YouTube, like the flex with that, like starting videos. Cause he just pulled out a gimbal a little while back. So speak about kind of like that hustle with that.
All right. So my mentality right now is just to grow as much as I can, to explode my mind, to explode my body, to make use and serve of the earth, universe, you know, to be the best person I can, to help. And I found it by calisthenics.
Nice. And
by doing all these kind of things I'm doing, right? And so the ways to hustle, man. You just gotta hustle. There's no doubt, and it's not easy work. If you're an entrepreneur and you think being an entrepreneur is easy, you have no idea. It's not easy, but you gotta keep going even when the days are great. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep fighting to get where you want to be, because if not, you're not gonna go nowhere. It's simple as that. And you just gotta find different kind of ways. You can't just stay with one way. That's what my mentality. I just think there's so many opportunities. Why stay with one? Like grab a little bit from everything and learn and learn, and also teach. You know, and that's how it goes. So that's why I've been doing a little bit about YouTube, a little bit of Instagram. I'm doing with the podcast with him. When he told me about this, bro, I was so hyped about it. I was coming here. I was like, man, I don't know what I want to talk about. That's but great. It's super cool because, you know, you can see like he has the same hustle for his podcast, and it's very cool.
It's transmutable. It transfers into like different passions, you know, which is. That's the whole point of this podcast, man. That's so awesome. Yeah, he drove an hour to like come here, like out in Mississauga. So I was like, damn, like you're dedicated, bro. And like that's one thing I admire, and why I brought Yo here too, is because like I admire the hustle. Like seeing you guys, like I don't know if you guys are movers yourselves. Like I didn't know, like, but like there were some times I thought you were almost gonna die. Like dead ass. Like guys, he was coming downstairs with like a 500, 600 pound, probably more, man. And like I would have to like almost guide him down just because I was like, bro, like
I remember
I was like, you're not dying in my house, like bro, like the carpet, like it was kind of like sketching out, so I was like, no, I will not tolerate this. All right guys, so just took a little intermission, camera shut off. I believe the last thing you heard was what was the last thing we were saying? I don't know how I admire your hustle, and just like how I didn't want you to die on like the stairs and stuff. So I find that really cool. I think moving on to the next thing, let's speak a little bit more about calisthenics and bar stars, because I feel like there's some people out here that are kind of like looking up to you, or maybe like advice you would give to your younger self with bar stars. Like, I keep saying bar stars. I'm sorry, man.
No worries.
I mean like
bar vibe.
You get what I'm saying. When I think bar stars, I just think
like calisthenics.
Yeah, but like on bars.
Yeah.
Right.
Calisthenics.
Okay. So define calisthenics then. I guess is anything body movement, because when I think calisthenics, I think almost like handstands. Yeah. Like I don't think bars too much.
I'm just gonna move this a little bit.
Yeah, no worries. Do your thing. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be too close because you talk pretty loud, so you can even like. That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you get excited, so I was like, okay. No, that's awesome. Right. So yeah, define calisthenics.
So calisthenics is very, very similar to gymnastics. The thing about it is that it's the street part of gymnastics. So, you know, like there's professional dancers. Well, there's the street part of dancers, you know, the people that go like and do their own thing, freestyle, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. So it's basically just like body movement, and on bars, on floors, on anything. Basically, it's like, it's just working your own body weight.
Just making sure you're not talking too loud. No, you're doing good. No, awesome.
So so we started the group Bar Vibe. Well, obviously because we saw a whole bunch of people having groups, right? So I was part of like this group. It was called BY. It was BU. It was called BU, right? So they're doing calisthenics, and I'm like, all right. So they're doing their thing. All right, cool. And I'm like, yo, I want to be part, because I was just started with calisthenics. And I'm like, yo, I want to be part of you guys. I wanted to start calisthenics teach me, you know.
Teach me exactly. Be a mentor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
So
speak about
that's how kind of I started, and so I started growing with them, and then at some point I was like, there's some things I didn't see like for me.
Certain aspects that you want to improve.
So I'm like,
So
I'm like, you know what? Let me do my own. Let me see what I can do, because I think I can have some ideas.
Exactly. Right? 100%, bro. It's like this podcast. I pick the best pieces and I'm like, how can I make this better? How can I make this better? Yeah, definitely. That's evolution. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you just grow. You learn and grow. And so I'm like, so how can I do this? So, and Bar Vibe was. And I'm like, yo, let's make my own team. Let's do my own stuff. Let's not wait for other people to do things. Let me do the things right now, and just hustle from there. And that's how I started.
That's sick. So I actually because you said you lived in Colombia.
Yeah.
When did you move from there to Miami?
So
speak about your childhood a little bit, because you can tell you have an accent, which is cool. So you speak with the language of Spanish out there. I'm guessing. Spanish. And then so English is your second language. So did you learn that? Speak about that. Did you learn that when you came here?
All right. So how'd that work? I was born in Colombia. I came to the United States when I was 1 year old. I came to Orlando. I lived there for 10 years. Okay. I went back to Colombia. I lived there 6 years. Okay. And now I went from there. I went to Miami, lived 5 years, and came back here.
Do you like traveling, or just family wise?
I love traveling. Yeah, I love traveling, man.
That's sick. Orlando.
I don't know if I'm a what's it called? How do you say it in English?
I don't know what you're trying to say. Fuck, you can say it in Spanish. Maybe someone will understand.
The signs.
Astrology?
Yeah.
Yeah. Universe?
I forgot. I don't know why I forgot mine right now. It's okay. You know what? The one that has the.
Oh yeah, yeah, astrology. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah,
is that
why did I forget?
Like a Libra? What is that?
That's very weird that I forget mine. Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Sick. I only know what Pisces is. I don't know what
Sagittarius is supposedly they're super adventurous. Nice. I love to adventure.
I can tell.
I literally came here to Canada for my girl and just for the adventure. I'm like, okay, what can go wrong? I'm already going to another country, right?
Right.
That's
that takes some balls. And then I guess you just found work when you got here.
Yeah, and it was actually the first time getting out of my house, because I was living with my parents, and I'm like, dude, it's when will I take the next step? Word. If I don't wanna feel like I'm in comfort zone all the time. 100%. I wanna expose myself to the world, so I can grow from there.
100%.
And yeah, man.
Yeah, I was wondering because you're a year older than me. He's 97, and he was like, "Yeah, man, just paying rent and stuff." And I was like, "Damn, that's pretty rare. Usually people my age till at least you're up to 23, 24. Usually live with their parents."
I think people have it's different for everyone. Some people will stay do it a different way. Well, at first my plan was to stay in college, till 25 years old, study a good career, stay with my parents, save up. It's
traditional.
It just wasn't my way, and I think that there was just a different way, and I went for it.
That's sick, dude. That's awesome. So yeah, speak a little bit about the way. Initially, what were you gonna go to school for, and then when did you decide you wanted to?
For first, since I was always good with sports, I told you I was gonna be a Marine.
Really?
Yeah.
This guy's hardcore. This guy's gonna be a Marine. Holy crap!
I was gonna be a Marine.
That's no bullshit.
So I was already training with the Marines. I was top of my class, man. I was ready to go, but until I saw what's the point? Why would I work for someone when I can work for myself? The work has to be done either way.
Right.
So why don't I just work for myself?
Word.
So and grow even more, and so yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so you were gonna be a Marine, and then you decided, no, I'd rather just do my stuff and then just work part time until it builds up. That's awesome.
And so after that, I was like, all right, so no, I'm going to study business. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go study business, and that's it. Business administration at Miami University. Okay. Miami-Dade. So I was doing that. I did that for a year, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't do this no more, man. I'm stuck here. They're trapping me. I'm like, why should I be trapped? I can literally go on YouTube and research all this up right now and learn it by myself.
That's true.
People don't understand that sometimes. Like, you don't need too many things to evolve and like grow and be happy. You can just literally find out, research, and from your own way, and you'll learn the same way, maybe even better in different other ways. It won't keep you stuck in the same way. You gotta like break the box and spread out, and that's how you'll grow even faster, because by doing the things that other people don't.
It's 100% true. Just like bar vibe, like that's sick. No, I completely agree. I mean, look around, bro. That's exactly everything I've done. I went to, not gonna go full into detail, you guys know, but like I went to college for fitness and health promotions. I was there for a month, and I said, fuck this. I had a fitness business at that time, so that was cool. I ran that, but I realized it was kind of like what you said, where like I didn't have enough passion for it that I wanted to do it for my whole life. Like I like working out and I love it, but not where I wanted to make it a career. So then I dropped that, and for like the past few years, where I was just experimenting, trying photo, video, the podcast, and allowing things to mold in their own way. But it's more you. It's more authentic. Like who else has Creator Chats podcast? Like, you know, everyone works out. Like who does calisthenics, bro? I don't know too many people. Like who has bar vibe? It's finding your authenticity.
I like it.
You know, it's finding your instead of just doing something generic that everyone does.
I feel it, bro. I feel like you're exposing like the beauty out of the people, you know? Like I was the other day researching, like, you know, I heard so many times people like, oh, people are so whatever, so fucked up, so whatever, that talking about their own self, right? I'm like, why would you do that? And then normally these days I've been watching on YouTube Amazing Human Beings, bro. Bro, it's insane, bro. It's insane, bro. People have passion for the most craziest things, and they don't care. These people don't care. They just go. Like, it can be random things, like a girl riding a tricycle and juggling. But that's her passion, and she does it better than anyone, and she does it amazing, and she's so happy doing it, man. And, you know, and she's growing and that way. Everyone grows like their own way, but you just have to like grow. You know, you gotta put the intention. You gotta be ready for the win. You gotta be ready for the.
I like that. You gotta
be ready for the blessing. Be ready for the blessing. So be prepared for when you get blessed.
Interesting. I just made a podcast on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I was like, you have to be ready for, like, I literally just yesterday's video.
That's crazy. That's connection.
Like, you gotta be ready for it, man. Yeah, it's like a flower. It sounds cheesy, but like when the flower doesn't grow, it's not the flower's fault. It's the environment, right?
Exactly.
That was a quote. Yeah, 100%. That's sick, man. See, this is why, like, this is awesome. I don't like the whole reason of this podcast, guys, is I don't care where right now, how many followers you have, how much this, how big things are. I care about your hustle and your drive and your passion, because that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you could be like, whatever, have all this shit, but like, if you don't hustle and love it, it's going to crumble, bro.
It's going to crumble.
It's going to crumble.
You can't keep going.
You can't.
You can't.
Or like vice versa. You may not be super big. Like this podcast, a lot of these things aren't massive yet, but like I'm willing to like, bro, like I'm going to push this, bro.
Bro, that's, I'm happy you're talking about this, because yesterday, I was actually feeling some type of way for training. I was like, you know what, today I don't want to train, bro. I don't know what's happening, but I don't feel like training, you know, because everyone has those days, and it's super normal. Everyone has a bad day, but you just gotta know how to fight through it, like overcome. You just have to overcome. That's the thing, and then you just gotta know. First, you gotta ask yourself why you're doing it, right? Why you're doing it? You gotta ask yourself why. And for me, it was like, it's just love. I love it. I love it, bro. And when I heard myself say that, it grew a fire in me that it went insane. And that's how the last video you guys saw of me was made.
Oh,
because
really?
Of that. And just like 30 minutes before that, I was telling myself I don't want to train. And it's crazy in a video like that, you know. And it's just, you gotta know, you gotta really love and want what you want, you do, you know. It
comes back to your why. Like, why?
Why?
Is this just for me, or is it bigger than myself? That's what I always try to ask myself, because when it's bigger than yourself, bro, like you'll keep going, you know. Because then when you feel demotivated, you're like, bro, like I have bar vibe, I have this, I have this, you know. I can't just be, you know. I'm an example, dude. Like I can't just be, you know. I think
and it helps when you serve, bro. It helps, like, it helps with your heart, bro. It helps put things right in place. It helps like motivate you and inspires you. It burns that fire in you when you give at the same time when you're receiving. You give to receive.
Right.
If you're not giving, don't expect to receive.
Right.
People, it doesn't work like that. You're gonna receive bad stuff at least, or you're just not gonna do it right, or not gonna receive the full blessing that you're supposed to receive. So give in order to receive. That's number one
100%.
key.
100%. Let's talk a little bit about, because I feel like you're pretty like spiritual.
Yeah.
You know, because I could tell, because the poster I had, that was the first thing you were
Yeah.
like, bro. It was of the Buddha, and you know, anyways, it was really cool. So my room is like, so as you guys know, like I'm pretty into spirituality. I don't speak too much about it, but essentially like, so like speak about that essence though, because I feel like that's why we kind of clicked. You were like, bro, you got some good vibes, and I was like. I was like, namaste, bro.
Namaste. Yeah,
I was like, come on the podcast.
Definitely.
So yeah, speak about that, man. Like, how has that played a part in your life? How did that start?
I'm really happy we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So I wasn't spiritual at all. I mean, let's say like, this is kind of hard to talk about because it's something you don't know how to talk about. Right?
It's the unexplainable.
Yeah, it's just you know, right? Like when I knew he knew, you know. It's
bro.
I don't know.
It's like a heart thing.
So I started when I was like probably like 17, 16 because I was like in a relationship. The relationship didn't go well. I was really in love, and then everything fell for me, right? And then thanks to that happening, is I started like growing mentally because imagine I felt like I died because of that. Because people normally wake up when something very strong happens to them. They react. They notice things. They start to wake up. So I started to like see difference in my life. I'm like, when I broke up with her, I was like, why am I doing certain things? Why am I acting a certain way? Why am I wearing a certain things? Why am I talking a certain way? I was questioning everything, bro. I was questioning to the last thing. I'm like, why am I being like this? Why do I want to go to school? Why do I, etc. So yeah, I was getting there. I was like feeling super depressed because I really didn't know where I was going, who I was, because literally my girlfriend was my world.
Word.
And it was crazy. And so my world fell, and then I just had to create my own world. Basically.
I like that. That's sick. That should be a shirt or something. That's sick. My world fell, so I had to create my own. That should be like a song lyric or something like that.
Right. So so I literally started reading some books. Right. There's this book called The Four Agreements. I recommend it to
Don Miguel Ruiz.
You read it?
The author, yeah, bro. I literally made a video on that. I was like, my top 5 books, bro. Did you read The Fifth Agreement?
No.
Oh, bro, it's sick.
Really?
It's sick. It's sick. I don't know. I read that like 5 years ago, but like you'll like it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's tiny, but like it's good. The Fifth Agreement.
Oh shit. Okay, wait.
It's on Amazon, bro. Like that's how I got it. Yeah.
Right. So Audible books too, also too as a
Audible.
way.
Yeah. Audible's huge too. Yeah.
So yeah, where was it?
That was actually a major book that helped me too, man.
Bro, that's crazy. That really?
Yeah, it was like the one where he said like, don't get upset because everyone has their own perception.
Yeah.
And I started looking at my mom. I was like, everyone thinks in their own different way. Like no matter what you tell them, they're still gonna see a certain viewpoint.
Yeah, and the thing. Oh wow. And the thing. and the thing is that look, if you, it's like there's this thing called ego, right? Yeah. And the ego always tries to be right. And that's the thing. That's where everything starts. When you try to be right, and you try to be like, you want to make sure that thing is right, and the other people think a certain way because you're right, and it's kind of something like that. And so it's like you gotta understand that people really are very different, and people think different, and at the same time we are one. Though at the same time we're very different, but we're one. So at the same time you gotta see and understand people's how they act, how they reflect, because you don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know how their everyday life is, right? So yeah, and I started to see that changing. I'm like, I started to also, one of the big things was my mind. When I started to like, a lot of people have like the little
monkey
voices
mind,
in your head that
chatter,
talk to you all the time in your head, telling you this is right, this is wrong, this is right. And those voices in your head are actually the people in your past that told you a whole bunch of things that were right and wrong. And those are the little things, right? So you just can't like focus on that. You just gotta be in the moment and just do whatever's right for you in that moment. You feel me? And so yeah, so I was doing that, And I read the book, and it completely blew my mind, because I was getting all these facts. So it's like you read this book, and like information just goes into your brain, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
In some type of way, and it's like you start to remember. You start to remember who you were, because we're like spiritual beings, like in these bodies, right? And we're just like passing through and coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. This is just another body, and we're just one soul. And we're just remembering who we are again. So waking up to that, waking up to like we were slept some type of way, and we're coming back here to like to fix things up, to put our part, to do our thing, to put our part, basically. And so I started seeing things like that's how I also started Bar Vibe Crew. I'm like, I don't want things just to be for me, you know?
Right.
I think we can also win. We can win as a team. We can grow as a team. You can teach me. I teach you, because calisthenics is not like a thing that is like gymnastics that you have teachers. There's no many teachers of calisthenics. You gotta literally go to a park and see who's doing some muscle ups, who's doing some things to actually learn. And it's pretty difficult. So yeah,
I feel like, yeah, you're like literally being almost that teacher that you're filling that void, you know, like that's literally the reason why you should do anything. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's seeing like there's a gap, and like I can fill that gap.
Yeah, I can fill that gap.
Yeah, literally,
helping
bro.
out.
That's why, like, bro, I have very like high expectations and hopes for like what you're gonna do, bro.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
because
it.
Like you are filling a void, dude. So like just keep running it, bro. Keep going hard.
Yo, and I want to ask you, how was your awakening? How did it start?
Oh, everything, bro. Wow. Okay. Yeah, 100%, man. So it was a progressive thing. But I would say like a big like tragedy kind of thing that like really fucking woke me up is, I've explained this before a while ago. So I had a fitness business. I actually was like a men's physique competitor. So like I competed on stage and shit, and that was cool. And at this time, I didn't really love fitness, but I didn't know. My mind was like, shut up. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You love it. Tell yourself you love it. And I was just like, okay, yeah. I guess I love it. So I did the competition and I won. But after that, I ended up gaining 30 pounds because of how bad it is on your hormones and your health. So I was like 166. And within like 2 weeks, I was like 195, bro. And of course, a lot of it was water. But like, that never happened to me before. And I remember one day looking at myself in the mirror, 30 pounds heavier. This was heavier than I was when I started 3 months of hardcore dieting, bro. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? I was like, do I really want this, bro? Like, do I want to be a slave to my physical body? And based on what other people are telling me what to do. And I was like, bro, fuck this. Like, I'm done, man. And that moment, I was like, that's when everything started clicking. And I started really doing research on like, what the fuck do you like doing? Like, who are you really? And that's when naturally a camera popped up. And I was like, bet, I've been doing this for a while. I started doing like outdoor photography, like the podcast, philosophy, psychology, all this stuff. So that was kind of like the, I guess, definitive moment. But again, bro, it's progressive, you know?
And what helped you to advance? Because, okay, so there's a point where you wake up, right?
Right.
And then there's a point that you're reborn again, literally. And then from where did you get the essence, the knowledge? The knowledge?
Okay, there's this one guy on YouTube named Victor Odo. Okay, he's like a spiritual coach, and like, bro, he helped me with everything, bro. I've talked about him. Victor Odo, Victor, Victor Odo, Oddo, bro. He goes into depth on spirituality, and like us, it's very practical stuff. You know, I think when people hear that word spirituality, they think of like all this like woo woo, throw it under the bus. Like in the most practical of senses, like understanding who you are as an individual, your thought patterns, your neurochemistry. Like this is very primitive, basic stuff, and he just really goes into depth of like a tangible, like this is what's happening. You're letting go of old emotions, thought patterns, ways of being to create a new, which is essentially spirituality. And like, man, him, bro, like I'd recommend it. Victor Odo, he's such a nice dude.
Victor Odo, okay.
Victor, I'll send you his bro. He's awesome, bro. He's awesome. He's really good, dude. And books, audiobooks, like in a sense, bro, every advice we hear kind of comes from like the same root at the end of the day. It's just the same time, it's just painted a different way.
As soon as you wake up and you understand, it's like, oh, I like it. It's like it's this. You're coming from the same source. Yeah, it's coming from the same source, from the light, right? So it makes its way to you. Once you understand and you wake up, you understand the signs. You understand the signals. You understand the messages. Like they're talking to you. They're letting you know you're guided. You're safe. Everything's already done. You know, you just gotta go through it.
You just gotta do it, man.
You just gotta go through it. And you just gotta see it like that. It's
word. And how much is
crazy.
How much has that helped you on doing what you're doing? Like for me, man, it helps tremendously. Like that's why like I won't quit, because I'm like, this path's already carved out. Mm-hmm. It's ready for me, bro. Bet like I'm just gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. You know? And once you like start doing what you love, man, that's exactly what passion is. What moves mountains, man.
Yes.
No doubt, passion moves mountains, because passion is love, man, and love moves mountains. It's simple as that, bro. And once you're doing what you love, man, you can create so many beautiful things, and for you and for the others, man, and
the world, bro.
It's just you're making the world just a better place by showing love, man. It's insane, and yeah.
Yeah, dude. I feel like we like touched on like a lot. Like I'm like super happy with this podcast. I'm super content, man. And again, like I tell you guys, like I never script these. I told him before, I was like, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, bro. We just let it run. Enter flow state. So like, it's really, look at the way I'm sitting, bro. I'm sitting like a fucking yogi, bro. It's cool. Yeah, man. I'm super content with that. And I think and that camera's almost about to done. So I think, what'd you say? Do you any last little things, or like we finish it kind of on this note?
All right, I just want to say.
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right, yeah. I just want to give some tips out. Some tips.
Yeah, we can keep going, man. We can keep going for another, like, I'm in no rush.
All right, yeah.
It's your call. Right, I'll just restart the camera again. But yeah, keep going, man.
Hey.
Anything you want to speak about?
I just want to give some tips. Let's say, I want you to find. This is because I want to help you, right? I really want to help you out, and I just want you to be happy. That's just the point of it. Because once you spread love, you start spreading love to other people, and other people spreading love, and it's just contagious. And you're just gonna see a lot of people being happy. So I want you to be free, right? And in order to be free, you gotta search. First, you gotta see what you love. What do you love? What do you love to do? You really, and this is like maybe the hardest part of the whole process. Because if you don't choose this thing really right, it's not gonna work. Because if you don't really love it, it's not gonna work. If you're gonna do it for some other purpose that it's not love, it's just not gonna work.
Like the fitness thing. It's a perfect example.
Yeah. So you just gotta really, really love it, and so here it is. So find the purpose, right? Why do you want to do it? How do you want to do it? And what would it bring you? And how are you going to be able to give with it? Right?
Give with it. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And once you have that thing, it could be anything. It could be, like I told you, it was a lady in a tricycle doing juggling, and that was her thing, man. It can be the weirdest thing, the stupidest thing. It could be anything. It could be anything, but you gotta love it, right? Once you love it, explode it as much as you can. Do it, because each time you do it, your energy goes up. You're raising that frequency, because love, it's another type of frequency. It's up here, you know. You want to be up here, because that's where it's just all
the blessings come. That's where you live. Yeah, you truly live.
Yeah, that's where you're at the moment. You're really feeling the blessing. It's being like in the moment. Mm-hmm. Be in the moment by like not thinking about how is this gonna happen? How is this gonna turn out? I'm so nervous because of school. I'm so nervous because of work. I'm so nervous because of my girlfriend. I'm so nervous because of X, Y, whatever. You just can't be thinking about these things, because if you keep thinking about these things, you keep attracting these things, and it's not the kind of thing you want, right? You need to be able to just block every situation and just really pay attention to where you are in that moment. And what is the best thing you can be doing in that moment? Is really at that moment, just staring at the TV and doing nothing. The best thing you could be doing right now, really. You gotta get up. You gotta do something with your life. Go walk, but you gotta put a little bit of your part.
Yes.
For your dream to come true. Because if you don't put from your part, it's like life can't do it all for you. You gotta. As I said, you got to be ready for the blessing.
Yeah, I like that. Gotta be ready. I'm gonna use that for podcast, man. That's awesome. You gotta be ready for the blessing. 100%. Oh, you said like you got to be ready for the wind to catch you or something like that too, eh?
For what?
You said you were like, oh, you got to be ready for the wind to sail you or something like that. You said something like
you
that.
gotta be.
Essentially, what it's the same thing. Essentially, but yeah. No, that's awesome. That's good. Do you want to say anything else? I feel like I cut you off a little bit.
No,
that was a lot of value, bro. That was straight facts.
Yeah,
and you can tell it's out of love, man. Like you can tell, like you're not saying this to get something. No. You're saying this because like you actually genuinely.
Yeah.
You know,
let me see what
intention, bro. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, okay. Let's see. If you also have a goal in mind, all right. So once you already have these things, right? You gotta write yourself some goals. Because if you don't write yourself some goals, you won't progress. You gotta write your goals. You gotta at least know your goals, and the best way to put your goals is like write them with a date. Write them with a date. That way you're working towards that date. You're working the best you can towards that date. You're gonna make it happen to it. Even if it doesn't happen, you're gonna be even closer to it if you didn't write it. So Mike, write the date that you want it, write the things down, and also do a vision board. Do a vision board. It helps. I'm not gonna lie, it really helps. I have a vision board, and it's the thing that motivates me the most every day when I wake up, because I have it right next to my bed and I see my goals right there, and I'm like, we're gonna win today. Today we're gonna go for that. Today I'm gonna be the best version of myself. Today I'm gonna be a winner. Today I'm gonna show love. That's what you gotta do. I mean, it's not for everyone. I'm not saying it's for everyone, you know, but it's a little tip that I got from a lot of mentors that I had. If once you have that vision board and you really know what you want, you just put it there and you just know that it's coming. You visualize it, and then you just see it. Once you see the picture, imagine yourself in that picture and imagine yourself in that moment. So you just like close your eyes maybe and just look around, check how you're feeling, how's your level of energy, everything, how's your hand, your posture, your face, how you're talking.
Interesting, yeah.
Everything. Be in the moment. Once you be in the moment, that's when you make the frequency jump. The frequency jump is when you live in the moment and literally feel what you want to feel in the other one, in the other moment. Also, another thing you want to do is you want to tell yourself what you want for your life. You gotta tell your story. Everything is a story, you know. Like everything you believe is a story that someone told you at some point. Like
interesting. That's just a very
every belief you have is a story. Everything is a story. If you don't believe it, it's not true. If you believe it, it's true. It's simple as that. You create your reality. It's like that. You need to tell yourself the reality that you want yourself. You're able to create the world you want. You can create heaven on earth if you want, but you can also create hell on earth if you want. It's just perspectives. It's the mentality that you want to do, and it's that. So I would recommend also to like tell yourself by a whole script of your life. It's like from how is your life going to be in 10, 15 years, right? So you're going to be like, I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm going to be having the biggest podcast in the world. 1,000, 100, millions of people are going to know. I'm going to be giving extra value to a whole bunch of people. People are going to be loving the value. They're going to be using the value to create the better place. You know, it's like, I'm going to have a house. I'm going to have a family. I'm going to have a car, a certain type of car. If you can do anything, it's your life, right? If you really want that car, you're going to be like, I want a Ferrari, California 2021 by 2020. You got to put the dates and you got to write it down, right? And you got to write everything you want and how you see yourself, the things that you really want. And don't forget to write in that place where you want to write how you're going to give at the same time, because it does not work like that. You need to give to receive. So write everything down and have that little piece of paper right next to you too, and read it at least once or twice every day. And that's going to help you also make that frequency jump that I told you about.
Facts, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say, man. Dude, I don't even have to say anything. That's literally like everything I preach in one way or another. I literally have an Instagram page for the future car I want, bro. Like, this is no joke, bro. Like, 100%, man. Write your stuff, believe it. And I think another thing, too, is speak it. You know, like when you're talking to friends and stuff like that, like, believe, like, this is this is a reality. Like when I say like I want the 4-door Jeep Wrangler, the matte black Jeep Wrangler, like bro, his name's Phantom. Like I mean it. Like when I say I told you, I didn't even know you. I was like, yeah, man, I want the condo. I spoke so much about the condo, and like you didn't know me. Like you gotta speak it. You don't just speak to yourself, and then when people ask, you're just like, like what? No, no. You gotta believe it, even if it doesn't matter how far away it is. If it seems lofty, fuck it, man. Like you gotta. How much do you believe in yourself? You know. If you believe in yourself, bro, you'll say it. Even if it's big, you'll say it, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so
it all goes back to how bad do you want it, man?
Yes, exactly. So I feel like, guys, that is it. I feel like that was an amazing podcast. I am super stoked. Sergio, guys, always links will be down below. Check out the Instagram, check out the YouTube, bro. I want to be seeing from you, man. Like crank YouTube, bro. Especially with that gimbal. I'll see if I can get it going. Like, man, run it, bro. And even have some of these talks in there, like not just the bar stuff, but like also this, because
for sure
I know how much this will help people.
I hope it will.
And you know too. You know how much it'll help people. So, and I think more people need to hear stuff like this. So that is awesome. I'm stoked. Do you have any like kind of last words, like anything you want to say to wrap it up? Anything? Where can they find you, et cetera, like plans?
Yeah. So my Instagram is Sergio Bar Vibes. You can check me out there. My team's Instagram is Bar Vibe Crew. You can also check us out there.
Down below.
We got the products. We got everything. You just let us know. Hit us up. And namaste.
Namaste, guys. Thanks so much. Till next time. Peace. That was awesome, dude. That was so good, man. That was great.